we continue our journey of counties of cheesemakers from around England. And today we're really pleased to be chatting with Patrick at Nettledbed Creamery based in Oxfordshire. Hello, Patrick. Hi.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Very well today. Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, if you just want to start by, just telling us a little bit of background about Nettledbed and how it started, etc.
Sure. The Nettledbed estate has got a farm with 200 dairy cows. They've had cows since the 50s, and the estate's been in the Fleming family since about I think 1901. In 2001, they went organic. They were quite sort of pioneering in that area, and we're not really in a dairying area. There's not much else around where we are. And at the moment, originally all the milk went into the organic milk chain, and Rose Grimmond, whose parents own the estate, decided one day that actually there was a big waste. This amazing milk was just disappearing into the supermarket chain, and they wanted to diversify a bit, and she thought cheese was going to be an excellent way to go. And so she jumped in with both feet, really, and started off. I think the first milk came into the building in about, I think it was January 2015. We originally made raw milk cheese, unpasteurized cheese. We had a cheese called St. Bartholomew and another one called Bix. St. Bartholomew won Super Gold at the World Cheese Awards in 2017, and was a fantastic cheese. And then, unfortunately, we were in a low-risk area for bovine tuberculosis. Suddenly all that changed, and we had some positive reactors in the herd. We had to stop making raw milk cheese, and we moved over to pasteurized, and that's when I came in, really. I've got a sort of microbiology background. I used to work as a consultant in the oil industry, and I was looking for a change. I've always been interested in cheese, and I started just helping out about the place. And before I knew where I was, suddenly I was in charge of production. So now we make 3 pasteurized cow's milk cheeses. We make Bix, which is a small white triple cream cheese, absolutely wonderful, luxurious, delicious, slightly lactic, matures for a couple of weeks. Highmore, which is a washed rind cheese. Square, it looks a bit like a Pont l'Evêque, but it's got bacony umami notes, absolutely delicious, melts really well. And Witheridge in Hay, which is our slightly bigger Alpine style cheese, matures for about 6 to 8 months. And we age it in hay, which gives it fantastic, interesting sort of floral notes and delicious things. Something that no one else does in this country. We started doing it just as an experiment, really, to see how we could improve the rind of the cheese and keep moisture in the cheese. But at the same time, we all thought hay was one of the greatest sort of smells and flavors that we'd had out there. And we've been doing really well with those. And we also produce milk. We bottle our own milk. We produce kefir, natural kefir with grains rather than the sort of supermarket flavor, drinking yogurt types. We make cultured butter as well. And we recently opened up something called the Cheese Shed, which is how we get rid of our slightly underweight cheeses, the wrong sizes, misshapen ones. We make cheese toasties out of Witheridge and Highmore, and we sell them to the people who come, and we've got a little farm shop selling all our produce here as well. So that's a very quick potted history of the last 5 years.
That's fantastic. You've covered everything there in one go. We've heard all about your cheeses, the milk, the kefir, the butter, which sounds delicious, and I should imagine that's not like you normally buy. I should imagine that's really, really nice. And the Cheese Shed, of course. So that's where people can come. They can eat there. They can buy your cheeses. Anywhere else? Do you sell online? Do you sell in other farmers markets and places like that? Where else can we get our hands on this cheese?
We do. We sell online as well. We sell in boxes from our online store. People can come to us. We Bix and Highmore in Waitrose in about 100 stores around the southeast and London. All the big sort of a lot of the cheesemongers will have us, and Abel and Cole, Riverford take us seasonally. And there's some great wholesalers and online sellers like Pong Cheese and the Cheese Geek. who take it as well. And we've got some brilliant wholesalers who take it and put it into all the farm shops, delis, restaurants, pubs, all over the south of England, really.
So you've got that quite covered then. And buying online, of course, means anyone nationally can get their hands on the cheese. Right, well, that sounds amazing. Anything happening? What's the next step for Nettledbed? Anything going on down the line? Anything you want to start looking at doing? What's next?
We're definitely looking at making more use of what would otherwise be waste products. So when we make butter, we get buttermilk. We're playing around, we're selling it already out of the thing. We're playing out of things we can do with it, making buttermilk fudge and selling that out of the farm shop. Anyone who makes cheese is really a whey maker. If you take in 1,000 litres of milk, 900 litres of that disappears out the other end as whey. You can make butter out of it. There's other things you can do with it, but I'm really keen to see if we can make better use of it. At the moment, it gets taken away and fed to pigs, which is great. It's not an actual waste product, but much better if we can do something to feed it to people.
That sounds brilliant. It sounds like you've got it all covered there. Okay, well, you really have summed everything up so nicely in one go, covered everything, the background of the business, where we can buy the cheeses, and you know how you source your milk and what you produce there. So thank you so much for chatting today. It's been a real pleasure to finally meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Put a face to the voice that we chat to on the phone. So yeah, just want to thank you for taking time out today. And
just all, well, thank you too. We couldn't do it without you guys, without all your cultures and everything, and immediate service. Whenever we break something like a brinometer, we seem to have a new one available 24 hours later.
I appreciate that. It's so nice to hear. Thank you so much. And yeah, well, I'm sure we'll chat again really soon. So thanks very much, Patrick, for taking the time today. Thank you. Thanks.